Hi, I'm Judy with Eternal Bliss, bringing you a little message today that may brighten your day, make you feel a little better, make me feel a little better. This is for parents, but really for anyone. I know many of us have been through challenging childhoods, things that have happened that have shaped us and caused us to react to situations in an unproductive way. And it's due to our childhood and due to the things that we've experienced in our childhood. And it is factual and it is credible and it is respected that that is where it came from. However, as we go on through our journey and become adults, we have to, at some point, take the responsibility and take back our power that was taken from us once. This is not something that's going to happen overnight, but it's a process that we can start. First of all, we have to acknowledge sometime that we did have a challenging childhood. Very important to get out of denial and see things for what they are. And again, this may not happen overnight, but it can happen overnight. If you decide that you want to stop spinning around in a circle of slight darkness and find a bit of the light and see beyond the family dynamics that you were brought up in and actually see it for what it is. I understand that that's your family, and in society we're told that we have to love our mother and we love our father and we love our brother and our sister, and it's the rules. And I'm not by any means saying that you shouldn't love them and love the people in your family. We should love everyone. Firstly, and most importantly, we should start with loving ourselves. Firstly and most importantly, before anybody, before mom, before dad, before sister, before brother, in a family, as an adult, and even as a teenager, we need to start loving ourselves if we get the information. And this is the beginning of some information. If you're hearing this right now, this could be the beginning of the information for you. Yes, you love your family, but see it for what it is. The things that are happening, if there are dysfunctional things that are happening, or if there are things that have happened. And be honest with yourself. I'm speaking to adults right now, and this is concerning setting yourself free from what we believe we have to live up to society's expectations and some of the things that society has told us about our families that we are born into. We don't necessarily get to choose our families. No. We are born into these families sometime where we've been mistreated for a reason. And it takes a little while to learn that reason, but it's a journey. But we began by coming out of the darkness and acknowledging that, yes, I wasn't treated properly. No, my needs were not met. It's correct that my upbringing was damaging. And after we make those statements and we make those claims and we state the facts and let them out into the universe, into the world, and set them free, then that starts the process of opening up our own heart and setting our own heart free. That's the beginning of self-love. We love ourselves first. We're honoring ourselves first. We're good to ourselves first. Because if there is no us, we can't be good to anyone else anyway. Or we're good to someone else hanging by a string, barely making it, or carrying this heavy load that is not ours to bear. So I ask you today, to acknowledge, to consider acknowledging if you have experienced any of these things. And consider the fact that you do not have something to pay back to any of these people that you grew up with who have caused harm to you. You don't owe them anything. First and foremost, remember you owe yourself love. And I encourage you to start loving yourself today by opening up those eyes and looking around in all that you see in the people in your life and seeing them for who they really are, and starting to honor yourself by surrounding yourself with people who truly love you and express that love in a positive way. Even if you have to start off with just it being yourself. Just being yourself, just yourself that loves you. And not allowing other people to be in your space or to be in your world or to have an effect on you, who are loving you in a way that is harmful, or who has loved you in a way that is harmful. There are people who were supposed to love us in the most honest, purest, and unique way ever, but it's a love that's been tainted and twisted. So in many ways, we sometimes think it is love. And if it's our parents, and if it's our siblings or some part of our family, I believe that's possible that they did love us, but they had poor behavior. That's an understatement. And I'm sure if you're listening to this and you can relate to any of it, you know that that is an understatement. But whatever it may be, and I do believe that they do and did have some love. However, it was so tainted and misguided and misdirected that it damaged other people. And that is not the type of love that we need. So we need to take that step and have the courage to awaken. Not in anger, but to awaken to loving ourselves and setting ourselves free from the bondage of society, saying that we have to love and be in the company of those who have treated us in such a bad way. We can create a life for ourselves. We can create healthy families of our own. We can be amazing. But it all starts with acknowledging, opening our eyes, loving ourselves. I'm here to share the journey. Set yourself free. Be free like me. It didn't take one day or night, but in time, you will be set free. Love and blessings from Start the Story and eternal bliss. God bless.